Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's me, Coach Adam here on Living Your Best Life. Thank you so much for being back. For anyone who's new to the show, thanks for joining. Whoever told you to come here, they deserve a pat on the back for getting you to the right place to get some good information to help you live with just nonsense information about fitness and health. And that's it. Just the God's on to help you out. So welcome. Like I said, we're going to be talking about some concepts to help with our fitness, to help with our mindset, to help with our health and nutrition overall. Today, the topic is fitness myths and truths specifically for men over 30, but this can apply to anyone who is over 30. Just the physiological changes are a little different when it comes to male and female, but the over 30 portion of it is pretty similar. So don't shy away from this episode just because you don't fit the profile as far as what we're talking about. But there are still going to be some things that you can take away from it. So, like I said, welcome to all my new listeners. Welcome back to all my longtime listeners. I really do appreciate your support, your feedback whenever I do get it. If you do want to give me some feedback and you haven't yet, please do so. Find me on Instagram. You know where to find me. Or you can email me as well. All my stuff is on my profile. But I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear some maybe suggestions on topics, ideas that you want to hear about that we can go ahead and cover and that I can help you out with. So let's get started. First thing I want to start with is the example I get a lot, I hear a lot, I come across it a lot not in my travels, obviously, but in my profession, dealing with people, typically around like 35, 40, 45 years old. And usually they feel like they've missed their chance to get in shape. They missed their chance to be healthy. And so they kind of resign themselves to, all right, well, this is what it's going to be. I'm unhealthy. There's nothing I can do to make this better for myself. Because on top of that, they're also worried that, maybe they're going to hurt themselves. They're not going to do something right. Or maybe their body just isn't going to handle what they're giving, what they're giving it at that time. Does that sound familiar? Any of you out there? You wouldn't be the only one to be feeling these things. You wouldn't be the only one with those concerns. So, it's okay. Those are valid concerns. Those are things that we should be worried about and thinking about when we're getting into a fitness routine so that we can continue to work hard and not get hurt while we're doing that. But what I will tell you is, as in most things in life, it's really never too late for you to get back into a routine, as long as you have the right approach, as long as you have the right guidance, as long as you have the right accountability partner. You can get the results you want without risking injury, without risking doing something you're not supposed to be doing because you just don't know what you're supposed to be doing. We just have to find the right guidance. We have to find the right help, and we have to be aware of certain myths that are out there and combat them with the proper truth. So I'm going to go over a few of them here. I got 3 of them that I really want to go over. They're prevalent myths, and I want to sort of debunk them in a sense so that you can get into a routine for yourself. First one is, we were just talking about it, is you're too old to get in shape. Now listen, our bodies are going to change over time. As we get older, things are going to change. That doesn't mean that you're doomed to a life of pain and a life of being unfit. Look, muscle loss does start at age 30. We start to lose the entirety of our muscle tissue at age 30. So as we get past that age, if we incorporate strength training into our routine, it's like hitting the reverse button or the slow down button, the pause button. If we're losing muscle mass at the age of 30, but we continue to strength train and build on that muscle mass, it's going to be hard for our bodies to see a loss when we're giving it a lot of gain. There's even adults in their 70s and 80s that can build significant muscle just from training 3 times a week, strength training 3 times a week. I have several clients in their 50s and 60s. They strength train. They feel great. They always tell me how They're able to do things at their age that their friends can't do, and they feel very happy about that. They feel very proud about that. I feel very proud about that, honestly. Um, my parents are in their 60s. My dad's early 70s, and I'm training them once a week. They're doing strength training. They're feeling stronger. My mom says her body's feeling better. She's walking better. It's just great to see. So you're never too old to get in shape, as long as you have the right mindset and the willpower to do so. Your mind might be old and you may feel lazy and not want to do it, but that's a whole different story. Okay. So you're never too old. You just need to have the right mindset, and you need to have the right motivation and the right guidance. Because if you're in your 60s and 70s and you see that, there's someone younger than you, 30 or 40, doing a certain exercise, and you want to go ahead and try it, there's a possibility you could get hurt. So there are different variations for different age groups, but there are options for different age groups. Myth number 2 is that it takes hours at the gym to get your desired results. That is absolutely 1000% false. Don't use me as an example who trains for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours during the day. That's just because I have time. I also incorporate a little bit more into my training because it's what I do, right? I have the ability and I'm blessed with the time to be able to do that. But it doesn't take hours at the gym. If you're focused with your workout, if you have the correct intensity with your workout, then 45 to 60 minutes is more than enough. 3 times a week. You don't need to be in the gym 5 days a week for 2 hours or even an hour. 3 days a week for up to an hour is more than enough to get the results you're looking for, as long as you're doing the right type of training. Think like circuit training or supersets, where you have one exercise, 2 to 3 exercises back to back to back. You take minimal rest in between each exercise. You take a little bit longer rest between the set, and then you go back to it. So if you do that with your exercises, you're more than likely able to finish in 45 to 60 minutes. Most of my training sessions with my clients are about an hour. Sometimes we go over a little bit, but we never fall short. But 45 to 60 minutes will give you just enough. So structure it right. Have the correct intensity. Don't just go through the motions in a workout because you just want to get through it. If you don't have the right intensity and the right focus, you may not get the same effectiveness out of that workout. So be intense with it, be intentional, and be focused. Myth number 3, this is my favorite one because this applies to both men and women, is that lifting weights is bulky. That is absolutely, well, I can't say it's absolutely false. It's just not 100% true. Lifting weights, the proper diet, and then actually being in the gym 5-6 days a week for an hour a day, that's what's going to make you bulky. And lifting extremely heavy weight as well. And this is where a lot of people get scared off with lifting weights, is that, oh, I don't want to be all big and bulky and look like a bodybuilder. There's a difference between strength training for functional fitness, which is what 98% of the population is training for, just functional movement, and bodybuilding. Those are 2 completely different training modalities, 2 completely different types of diets, 2 completely different ways to focus. So don't worry about getting bulky just from lifting a few weights 3 days a week. Things like that, lifting weights is going to help you with things like carrying the groceries from your car. I'm a one-trip guy. If I have 8 bags of groceries, I'm taking all 8 in one trip. So that's the type of training that this is good for, right? Being able to carry all the groceries. If you have stuff you need to carry up and down the stairs, maybe you live in an apartment building on the 3rd floor, 4th floor, you have to carry your groceries up the stairs because the elevator's broken. You won't hurt your legs, you won't hurt your back. You'll be able to do it without any risk of injury. If you have grandchildren, if you have kids, if you have nephews, nieces, whatever, if there's kids around you and you're one of the people that likes to play and, have a good time with them, you'll be able to, because your cardiovascular fitness is on point, your strength is on point, your mobility and flexibility is on point. You can do things that kids can do and you can keep up with them, which is a great feeling. And then if you sit at a desk, or if you have any like upper back pain or lower back pain, strength training is going to help fix your posture as well. If done correctly, most of that pain should go away or subside or just be very, very minimal. If we're stronger in our bodies and our bones and our joints and our muscles, then those little aggravations, those little injuries shouldn't be an issue at all. All right. So we've gone over a few myths. a few truths just so that we can kind of, get the opposite of that. And then we're just going to wrap this up. This isn't a long episode today, guys. I wanted to make sure we're short and sweet with it, straight to the point, give you the facts, and then you can go on about your business. So first thing I'm going to tell you guys, if you don't know me personally, or if you haven't followed me for a while, you probably don't know yet that I'm a huge fan of strength training in general. Anything with weights, body weight, resistance bands, TRX, suspension trainer, anything like that, where we're doing resistance training, which is essentially strength training. That's my favorite, and I think it's king of all training. I really could talk about this all day. I do it every day. That's why I train for so long, is because I do enjoy the training process so much that if I'm there for an hour and a half, 2 hours doing my strength training, it doesn't bother me. I actually love it. So we mentioned it earlier, the loss of 5% of your muscle every 10 years after you're 30. But if you're strength training, you're not going to have those issues. You may not even lose 5%. You may not even lose any. You may be like perfectly balancing it out by mitigating those aging responses and adding strength training into your life. Your metabolism is going to thank you a lot too, because your muscle is burning way more calories than fat. So even when you're chilling, like right now, even though I'm just sitting here, my muscle tissue requires energy, and it's going to burn more calories than it would if I just had fat sitting on. So strength training is going to help your metabolism. It's going to help your posture. It's going to help your mental health. It's going to help your muscle integrity as you get older. So if you haven't already added strength training before 30 and you just turned 30, do it as soon as possible. Trust me, your body will thank you. Your mind will thank you. The people around you will thank you. You'll be stronger. You'll be more energetic. You'll be in a better mood. You're going to be the guy that everyone asks to help with stuff, which maybe you don't want to, but hey, it feels good to be that guy. Hey, can you help me lift this heavy ass thing? Like, yeah, hell yeah, I got this. I can do that because, I do it every day. It's a good feeling, guys, trust me. So if you haven't started strength training, you're afraid of it for any reason, for any of these reasons that I've listed above, don't be afraid anymore. If you need guidance, that's what I'm here for. So just reach out to me. I do have online programs available. I have 8-week challenges available. I have one-on-one training available. Whatever it is you need, that's what I'm here for. Second truth I want to talk to you guys about is that efficiency matters. I did mention earlier, right? You have to be efficient with your workouts. You have to be focused, and you have to be intense. So if you, for some reason, are on a time crunch when you're headed to the gym or when you're headed to your workout, you only got 30 minutes, 20 minutes because you're late, or you just want to get it in real quick, then you're going to want to do what's called a HIIT workout, high intensity interval training. You can do that with strength training. 15 to 20 minutes, 30 minutes of intense bursts of work are incredibly effective. So you can do a circuit of like compound exercise. You can do 30 seconds of squats, and you can do 30 seconds of lunges, and then you can do 30 seconds of rows with the dumbbells, and maybe 30 seconds of push-ups. That's 4 exercises. You can put that in a circuit, 5 rounds. That's 4 minutes each, about 3 minutes each, 4 minutes each with some rest in between. So 5 rounds, 4 minutes each, that's 20 minutes. You're done. You're going to work multiple muscle groups at once. You're going to get your heart rate elevated. You're going to get your lungs working. So you're going to get the most bang for your buck by just doing simple exercises for time in a circuit or in a superset. That's going to be a HIIT workout. If you're crunched for time, that's going to be your best option. Just make sure you do it with intensity. Don't half-ass your squats. Don't half-ass your push-ups. Don't do 5 push-ups in 30 seconds. I know you can do more. Most people should be able to. Last truth I want to talk about is focus on your progress. We live in this world where the before and after is what we see on social media all the time, and what we feel we have to get to in order for us to feel like we accomplished it. But we have to ditch that mindset. It's important. Don't get me wrong. It is important, but it can't be the only thing that we focus on, because we have to be able to celebrate the small wins along the way of our journey. So if our overall goal is weight loss or gain muscle in 6-8 months, whatever that may be, that's great. But don't wait for your 6-month progress check-in for you to feel any progress, for you to see any progress, for you to notice it or celebrate it. So throughout this journey, I need you to celebrate your small wins. Maybe you went heavier this week than you did last week. Maybe you were able to do an exercise this week that you weren't able to do last week. Um, Maybe you finally fit into your jeans comfortably. Maybe you finally were able to go up and down the stairs without being out of breath. Maybe you just feel better. Maybe you look better in the mirror. Maybe somebody is giving you compliments throughout these weeks. That's where true sustainable progress and change happens, because we know that the small habits that we're doing now are causing these changes and giving us a trajectory of positivity as we continue along this journey. So focus on your small wins. Don't let, just because you haven't reached your goal yet, or because you haven't lost the 5 pounds in the month or two that you were supposed to, if it hasn't happened yet, but you fit better in your jeans and you look better in pictures and in the mirror when you look at yourself, then that counts too, you guys. Keep that in mind, please, because it's not just about what we see on the scale. It's not just about what we see in the progress photos every few weeks. It's about celebrating those small wins every single day. Maybe you meal prepped finally for a few days, or maybe you have your clothes ready for the gym tomorrow. Little things like that, where you're actually making sustainable winning habits for yourself. That's where you're going to find the most change and the most sustainable habits. Okay. That's all, guys. So as I mentioned earlier, if any of these things are things that you feel like are an issue for you, or that you're maybe unsure on how to overcome, this is where working with a coach like me comes in handy. I do have a specific program for men over 30 who we all deal with the same stresses. We're at a point in our life where, we are changing things, that we have more things we have to deal with on the personal life or on our professional life. And so sometimes our mental health and our well-being takes a back seat. But if you are interested in, changing your life and making the necessary changes, then that's what my programs are all about. It's about meeting you where you're at, meeting you at your goals, meeting you at your fitness level, going over any old injuries that may prevent you from doing certain things. That way we can tweak the program to make sure it's you. It's not a cookie cutter program. I don't sit here and just give you a program that I give to regular Joe Schmo and elite athlete over there. You don't get the same program. You're going to get something different. It's going to be personalized. It's going to be customized. I'm going to talk to you first. We're going to figure out what you need, and then we go from there. All right. We have to design a plan that's going to be comfortable for you, but also effective and safe. We can't just throw all kinds of stuff at you and make you do crazy changes in your life. Right? It's not about easy workouts. It's not about crazy diets and restriction. It's about life-changing habits that are sustainable and that work. Believe me, they work. I've helped plenty of people, male and female, over the years, athletes, non-athletes, to get to the goals that they're searching for and to make the changes that they need. If you watched my episode with Chad last week, these are the changes that he made, and this is the reason he's at where he's at. 235 pounds to 175 pounds does not happen just because he did a 30-day challenge or because he did a pick the diet or something. It's not that. It's real big changes. All right. You have any questions for me? Please message me. I am here to help you. One thing real quick. If you guys are watching on video, if not, it's okay. I'm showing off my sweater right now. AM Fitness Nutrition sweater. I do have t-shirts. I have hats. I have tank tops, muscle shirts. It's on my website. So just look at my profile, amfitnessnutrition.com. You'll find it all there. And if you need me, you know where to find me. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you for following me. If you haven't yet, please follow me on YouTube. I do upload these videos to YouTube as well. I know for some people it might be easier to watch on YouTube than Spotify. And then like it, subscribe to the channel. If we get my subscribers over 50 on the YouTube channel, I'll be able to do live streams. So help me out, you guys. Please send it to your friends, share it with your family, whoever you think can use this information, share it with them and tag me when you share it or whatever, however, so that I can reach out as well and welcome them into our living your best life circle. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Um, I'm going to go ahead and get some other work done and get the next few podcasts ready for you. So I will talk to you guys next week. Don't forget, though, have a wonderful week. Remember to love yourself and go be the best version of yourself. Bye.